Alright, we are going to warmly welcome now the YouTube viewers, because I might pause this video as an inside my head as I'm battling it out against JoshuaFM, who I'm not 100% convinced that is an FM. In fact, he doesn't have a title, and he already gave away the game not being an FM by playing A3. This is a very, very typical and poor response here, because when I play B5, my number one threat is actually, I don't have a threat, I just want to play bishop B7. But b4 was not a threat, because then the knight regroups here and in fact b4 becomes a target. And because of white plays bishop d3 anyway, now it turns out that he would be totally fine without a3, because b4 knight e2, and again the pawn is safely protected. Long story short, don't play early a3s in any Sicilian. That's always, almost always, a bad move. And the other thing that I conveniently forgot to do was to kick out the knight with queen b6, which is a somewhat better setup for black, because then I get to force the knight to go away with knight b3, and only then drop back the queen to c7. Now, this rook e1 move often indicates a desire to sacrifice a piece on d5, so one has to be a little bit careful. Now, one good way to go about this is to chuck in a bishop d6 move, which normally is a lemon because it's responded by f4, but having played rook e1, f4 doesn't have enough guards. So now I have developed this bishop with a tempo, and if he plays something like h3, then I get to castle out of these early dirty knight d5 very quick attacks, and I actually don't mind dropping the bishop back later on to e7. The alternative to that is to now develop to c5. Actually, I can do a lot of things. I can go knight c6 as well, and if takes, then pawn takes back. That seems to be quite decent too. In which case, I would benefit from a longer stance on, on d6 with the bishop. The only thing that worries me a bit is the sack takes, but then after queen b8 we are good, Or if knight c6, bishop b5, then I have knight d4, queen d4, bishop here, for example, or c5, and only then I take back on b5. So as a matter of fact, oh, okay, that was a slip. Yep, so let's hope that he gives it back to us, otherwise I will cry. So yep, knight c6, and we'll go from here. He is a true gentleman. Knight e2, holy cow. If he was a student of mine, I would be yelling at him now, because that would be a going backwards without any need or reason. And most of the times, I prefer to go forward whenever my opponent goes backwards. So that's the policy we are going to follow. Now the bishop has fulfilled its duty on this diagonal, and now we are seeking greener pastures on a different diagonal going down right here. I'm expecting bishop e3 as a sensible developing move that also creates a threat of knight takes e6 hitting here. So against bishop e3 I would have played knight e5. Now against knight b3 I've got two choices now. I can drop back here or I can drop back here. Because of we are on air, so to speak, I'm going to drop back. Actually, even b6 is sensible. That's a hard decision actually. I don't know which one is better. I somehow feel more comfortable with this. So the idea here is that I keep this strictly monitored, and in fact the knight can never go to g3 now, which is a natural square for it because of queen takes g3. Oops. I'm expecting bishop f4, against which we are going to play knight e5. It looks like a self-pin, and as such looks like a terrible idea, but in fact it's going to be followed up by d6, and that is a perfectly safe environment for my pieces in the center. And the chat is enjoying the fact that I'm going forward, so booyah, forward is the way to go. I would like to create some cool attack here with d6, and then somehow to play for g5, g4 would be tremendously awesome. He's obviously gearing up for an attack on this d6 pawn, which is not yet on d6, but is headed there. I'm thinking how ugly would it be to play h6 and then completing the bunny circle of h3, a3, a6, h6. Welcome to the club of newbies. But I feel like it's quite justified in the sense that I can then start developing this kingside initiative to a quite frustrating degree. Let's try that. Let's go. Go, boys, go. And my chat agrees with me that d6 shouldn't be played because it sort of gives a free target to the opponent and it sort of fills up this diagonal. So go, boys, go. We are a go. Now the big dilemma about the placement of the bishop here also seems to be an important factor when I castle here, which is actually quite a realistic concept. And in fact I'm beginning to regret that I did not put the bishop on b6, because on occasion this knight move comes here and picks up my bishop. Now e4 is hanging, but I would be more than reluctant to engage in capturing that piece, except for the fact that it's good. Or is it? Bishop takes, knight takes, bishop e5, knight takes d2, bishop c7, knight takes b3, pawn takes back, and that's not a good scenario for us. Close, but not good enough. Let me think again. So bishop e4 take, knight take, bishop e5 take. What else could we do there, ladies? Let's see. Let's see what's there to be done. Time is ticking away, actually. If I played d6, then instantaneously this would become a target. I'm a little bit reluctant to castle here, I have to admit that much, but part of me really wants to do that. That would renew the threat. Yeah, I'm expecting actually knight d4 incoming next. I reckon that's what he's gonna do. Okay, you know what? I'm going to test the waters. I'm going to play here knight a5. Is that a worry? Yeah, knight a5 is a worry. Okay, I will bring the rook here first. The idea behind this is to keep this defended. So now actually taking on e4 has become a threat. But also knight a5, I can drop the bishop back to a8. Should it want to go there. I was encouraged by my beautiful viewers to play d5. I don't think so, boys. So now I can technically take this, right? Knight d4. Yeah, the reason why he played this move was because if the knight moved, I had this check, takes, and then take this, owing to the pin. But now the other thing I do have is that after knight h5, he can't drop back with the bishop because that's hanging. And that's super awkward. And I'm doing it. Yeah, this did not look like a healthy move. Am I missing something here, boys, or is he missing something, or everybody is missing something? I don't know. Looks legit to me. Okay, now I'm correcting my mistake. I will drop back to b6 so that knight a5 is not a possibility either. And we are just going from here now. I mean, I'm a pawn up. Not that that's really the main factor of the position, but important nonetheless in later considerations. And yeah, I'm just going to take it from here. Obviously, I have to be a little bit careful because my king is stuck in the middle. But yeah, it's difficult to crack up this king because the knight on e5 can't be dislodged. d4. That leaves these squares a little bit exposed. I'm really tempted to break this pin. It also opens up my defense towards f7, so it looks like an altogether useful move. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. It looks handy. Also now I may have knight c4 as an extra possibility, especially if he plans on doing something dirty like bishop e2. Oh wow! Now that I didn't really think was a good idea, because it gives me this bishop at any moment for free. But more importantly, bishop still can't really retreat because of knight c4. Okay, do I want king e7 and then drop the knight back, or do I want g4, which I can do now, because if bishop takes, pawn takes, takes, that's a mess for him. And if takes, knight takes, that seems to expose this guy a lot. Yeah, let's go. Let's go g4. Woo! Let's go. Did I suck him? Bishop takes, b5 takes, knight takes. I just noticed that. Queen c6, knight d6, check, king e7. Now we are good. Okay. Hopefully we are good. Hopefully we are in the good. I apologize for everybody in the stream, but this I'm recording for YouTube purposes, so I will have to limit my talk to the chat and increase it so that I'm commentating more. So once again, if bishop takes b5 takes, knight takes, I think I have queen c6 here. Knight takes d6, king e7. Oh, e5 hanging, shivers. That doesn't make any sense. Whoa. Okay, so if bishop b5, I might have to go king e7. Once again, take, knight takes. Queen c6, knight d6, check. Yeah, nah, I don't want any of this. Now this is hanging, this is hanging, this is an idea. I think this was a good call. Admittedly, I blundered it, and I should have not been that careless. We could claim that it was because of I was short on time, but that would be lame. So we are just going with it was a lucky blunder. Hopefully, that is. Because there seems to be still a bit of pressure lingering around here. Okay. Now I'm nervous. Okay, now I'm not anymore. In fact, now I'm very confident. Because after king takes back, which I consider to be a forced move because the rook is hanging, unless there is some dirty here. Takes, takes, bishop takes, king back. That's scary, but I don't think it works. So if he takes king here, then after d5 check, I have access to g3. I can take on e4. The two bishops are beautifully murdering the diagonals. My king seems to be somewhat secure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be rook f7, king takes, bishop check, king back, and then king takes here, but it's not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. He did do it though. Good on him for that. He's playing very aggressive and very creative chess. Perhaps knight takes e6. He needs to throw in the kitchen and the sink. That's his only chance. But, or I thought it was. Okay, so mate in 1 is threatened. So I thought this was a must. And then he has got check here. King d7, I will try to walk away towards safety. And this is a bit annoying. Yeah, knight takes e6, king takes... Oh, he doesn't have bishop g4. Okay, that was lucky. And now, I would love to bring my queen up to the 5th, but I can't. Actually, bishop takes e4. Greedy it may be. It's like a real possibility. Yeah. Let's go. What's the increment? 2 seconds. Oh, wow. We've got some time issues on our hands. I totally disregarded this as an option, although this move is painfully obvious and good. Yeah, it feels like I messed this up in the end a little bit. Maybe a better move there would have been... I don't even know what. But the position looked definitely promising. It still does, but I really have to be careful about what I'm doing. It's a lot of awkwardly exposed stuff, opposite colored bishops, which always makes things a little bit harder. He offered a draw, which I'm going to decline. Which I'm going to regret. Yeah, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. So now I'm trying to create some counter threats, but by now it's apparently obvious that my king is really weak. I'm opening up that diagonal so that this threat again is going to hold him back, but I'm losing pawn after pawn after pawn. That's gonna be a painful one. Expecting rook home. No. Okay, how does he defend his back ring now? Queen all the way back. I think this was a bad move. But then again, I've got very limited time to actually figure out a potential finish off. Yeah, that trade was not good. I'm trying to gain some time on the clock by attacking pawns constantly. We're definitely not lost now. So the big question is whether it's going to be a draw or whether I can cause some trouble. Check. Oh my god, there is a mate there. One can never be careful enough. So if rook check, I need to come this way. But it's very awkward that I had to come back to the back rank. Still, if I can pinch this and this, there's only one dude here who can win, and that's gonna be us. Okay, that was a total waste of time to give me that check because it forces my king to a better square. Maybe he wanted to go behind, I don't know, but yeah, this is looking a bit fishy now. White. That was another waste of time check. They are particularly bad because not only are they bad moves because they are improving the position of my king, but also because they give me a lot of time. And since I'm in an ugly time trouble, the last thing you want to give me is extra seconds on the clock. And he resigned. Wow! What a gentleman! Wow, look at that. That was a shock. That was an absolute shock. I mean, I would have had to do an awful lot there to still win this. Okay, I'm very curious to quickly have a look at what did I do wrong there in this quite crazy and hair-raising Sicilian. So from here on, I considered my position to be clearly superior. Computer promotes the idea of knight e7. I wouldn't think of that move in 2000 years, so that's a no-go. Back, I should have gone to b6. That was a mistake I recognized later. Knight e5 and a4. Yeah, therein lies the problem. I wanted to play b4 against it, but then c3 is going to take that queen side apart. Okay, that was admittedly a bit cocky, but I wanted to have fun. And fun we did have here. Yeah, no d6. d6 was my gut instinct, but the crowd talked me out of it. Naughty crowd. I went rook d8. H1 knight h5. Yeah, we hit upon that idea. So apparently even losing this pawn. Oh no, okay, so now black is definitely in the driving seat. Knight d4, d6 correct, c3. And I needed to oh no, I needed to take the bishop. Okay, that was a biggie that I didn't realize this. Take knight f4, and it can't be captured twice because of the e5 fork. Mind you, one would be a little bit feeling still iffy about this position because of my exposed king. So yeah, okay, g4, although g4 was apparently a good move still. Bishop b5, king e7. I did feel that I was doing okay here, but yeah, wow. I did look at this very briefly, although I didn't call it out, but I swear to you I did. But I thought that I was losing too much stuff here. I missed this move. Oh, that is beautiful. Attacking the queen, guarding the knight, and still exposing this knight, forcing them to go here, and I'm guessing queen e4 is the move? No. g3. Wow, and after bishop back, bishop a6, and despite of the 3 pawns here, the black minor pieces are so crazy active that it compensates. Oh, in fact we are winning more material here. That's awesome, because after the queen trade this is hanging. What happens if they play something like this? Ah, then we're coming in. Huh, those knights, boy oh boy, and those dark squares. Right, we saw none of that. So we went king e7. All of a sudden white is winning. Black is winning. Yeah, sack. I knew that that was coming. Queen f4, excellent move. Rook f8, good. Good. Oh, what's happening, boys? Walk it and thank you. Thank you for the follow. Queen takes, bishop takes. I thought it was greedy and bad afterwards. Bishop g4, and I didn't go back to d5. Wow. Well, that was a lemon, wasn't it? Because bishop f5 instead was terrible. Oh, wow.
Andras, you're always welcome to cross my wall.
Says Donald Trump. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you very much, mister. Not every day that I have got a presidente in the channel learning the tricks of chess. Awesome, thank you. I shall cross your walls. Okay, so from here on I guess it was utter nonsense. Oh, d5, that apparently was a good move there. I thought so, because at least I created some counter threats on the back rank. And I knew that that was bad, because now he's in struggle town. Oh, thank you again, whatever is happening. Paki Tofimo, thank you for the follow, brother. I thought that queen b1 was dead lost because of queen here. Except it's mate in 4. Wow, that's what happens to you, brother, when you are in time scramble. I thought I go here, I go there, he goes there, I go here, and game over because rook e1. And yes, it's game over, except I get mated. Not bad. I saw none of that. None whatsoever. Apparently queen trade was good by me, and from here on I think I mostly played the correct moves. And his resignation, I insist, was premature, but these checks were utterly useless and silly. And yeah, that was it. So thank you very much, guys, for watching it on YouTube. I hope that that was an interesting game for you to observe. And now the stream carries on.